Subaru's always done things a little differently. All-wheel drive comes standard, reliability comes first, and instead of chasing flash, they've built a quiet army of loyal drivers who just want something that works, no matter the weather. But now you've got a choice, the Impreza or the Legacy. One's the sedan that built Subaru's reputation, smooth, stable, and quietly going away after decades on the road. The other, a smaller, more adaptable hatchback that's quietly taken the spotlight, especially with Subaru betting big on its latest redesign. So what actually makes these two different? And more importantly, which one is still worth buying today? We're gonna break down everything: space, comfort, tech, reliability, and real-world value. And by the end, you'll know exactly which Subaru actually fits your life better. Let's start with the Legacy, the one that's about to ride into the sunset. The Subaru Legacy has always lived in the Camry Accord shadow. It's not flashy, it's not the first car that comes to mind when someone says mid-size sedan, but if you're the kind of driver who values a calm, composed ride with a side of subtle all-wheel drive confidence, the Legacy quietly delivers. Compared to the smaller Impreza, the Legacy feels more substantial. The cabin is wider, the materials lean more upscale, and the suspension tuning favors comfort. Whether you're commuting or cruising on the interstate, the Legacy feels planted and soft in all the right ways. It doesn't jar or jiggle over broken pavement, and for families or daily drivers, that alone puts it ahead of a lot of compact sedans. The all-wheel drive is the real hook. Standard on every trim, it's one of the reasons the Legacy is still around while other mid-size sedans are disappearing. If you live anywhere with rough winters, mountain passes, or unpredictable weather, it's peace of mind baked into the chassis. It's not the kind of all-wheel drive meant for off-roading, but it's enough to get you through slushy mornings without blinking. That's something you won't get standard on a Camry or Accord. Now, let's talk power. Most Legacy trims come with a naturally aspirated 2.5-liter flat-4 engine, which is decent, nothing thrilling, but capable. If you want real pull, the XT trims offer a turbocharged 2.4-liter engine with over 260 horsepower. That's a big jump and gives the car some unexpected muscle, especially at highway speeds. It'll surprise you in a merge lane, but here's the trade-off. That extra power adds more strain on the transmission, which brings us to something buyers should understand. While the Legacy is smooth and easy to live with, it's worth knowing what's under the hood and under the cabin. Subaru's CVT, or continuously variable transmission, has come a long way over the past decade. Early models from the 2010s had some well-documented issues: overheating, sluggish performance, and even full transmission failures before hitting 100,000 miles in certain cases. That's why Subaru extended warranties for some of those older vehicles. But on the newer Legacy models, especially 2018 and up, the CVTs are far more refined. They're quieter, more durable, and most drivers will never run into a problem, as long as they keep up with fluid changes and avoid heavy towing or aggressive mountain driving. It's not a bulletproof system, but it's nowhere near the disaster reputation that brands like Nissan still carry today. Inside the cabin, Subaru's done a lot to step up the Legacy's game. The infotainment system on higher trims features a large vertical touchscreen that feels more like something you'd find in a luxury car. It's not perfect, some of the UI can be clunky, but it makes the car feel more modern than people expect. You also get nice touches like heated seats, active safety tech, and soft touch materials in all the right places, especially in the touring trims. And even though the Legacy isn't trying to be a performance sedan, there's a confidence to the way it handles corners and elevation changes. The flat-4 engine design keeps the center of gravity low, which gives it a more balanced feel than you'd think, especially in the snow. So while it may not be the most eye-catching sedan in the parking lot, the Legacy brings serious comfort, all-weather readiness, and underrated reliability. It's not going to turn heads, but it might make you wonder why more people aren't driving one.
If the Legacy feels like a calm, wide-open highway, the Impreza is more like a quick side street. Smaller, lighter, and easier to manage in tight spaces, the Impreza leans into practicality without pretending to be something it's not. It's a compact car first, but one that's grown up over the years. You can get it as a sedan or a hatchback, and that hatch adds a whole new layer of usefulness. Toss in groceries, sports gear, a dog crate, whatever your life throws at you, the Impreza adapts. In a world of oversized crossovers and towering SUVs, it's refreshing to see a small car that doesn't feel cramped or stripped down. Even better, Subaru doesn't hold back when it comes to safety. Just like the Legacy, the Impreza comes with standard all-wheel drive. That alone sets it apart from most of the competition in this segment, where front-wheel drive is the norm and AW drive is a luxury add-on. For drivers in snowy climates or anyone who values grip and control, the Impreza punches above its weight. Now, it's not going to win any drag races. The Impreza's base engine is more about getting you where you need to go reliably than delivering excitement. But for everyday driving, especially in cities or suburbs, it feels planted, nimble, and easy to handle. The ride is firmer than the Legacy, but not uncomfortable, and the smaller footprint means better parking, better gas mileage, and less hassle. Inside, things have improved dramatically in the latest models. The 2024 Impreza gets a major tech upgrade, with a sleek vertical touchscreen, improved materials, and a more cohesive interior layout. It still can't match the near-premium feel of a higher trim Legacy, but it also doesn't carry the same price tag. What you get is honest, functional design with just enough flair to make your daily commute feel modern. One thing to note, while Subaru has refined their CVT in recent years, some longtime fans still miss the manual transmission option that was dropped in newer models. And yes, if you go far enough back in the used market, you might find older Imprezas with classic stick shifts and more driver engagement, but those are becoming rarer every year. Still, the modern Impreza doesn't chase speed or sportiness. It focuses on confidence, efficiency, and being the kind of car you can count on. Let's talk real-world decisions. If you're looking at the Impreza and Legacy, it means you want all-wheel drive, safety, and daily usability, but how you plan to drive it makes all the difference. The Legacy gives you more room, more comfort, more power. It's a proper midsize sedan, and you feel that in the cabin. Adults can stretch out in the rear seats. There's extra shoulder space, a smoother highway ride, and just enough luxury trim, especially in the limited and touring versions, to make it feel like a more serious car. The Impreza, on the other hand, is the right choice if you want compact agility, hatchback practicality, and solid value for the money. It's tighter in the back, sure, and the base engine isn't exciting, but it feels planted, especially in the new RS trim. It's easier to park, handles snow like a champ, and doesn't feel like overkill in the city. When it comes to powertrains, the Legacy's available turbo engine gives it a serious edge if you care about acceleration. That extra torque makes the car feel alive on the highway, something the Impreza doesn't match. But if your commute is short and you just want reliability and traction, the Impreza's 2.0 liter gets the job done while using less fuel. Both cars come with Subaru's EyeSight Safety Suite standard, which is a big win for drivers who prioritize peace of mind. But tech-wise, the Legacy's larger touchscreen, better audio system, and slightly more upscale finishes give it a leg up if you're spending a lot of time behind the wheel. What about price? That's where the Impreza earns its place. It's cheaper across the board. Not just the sticker price, but insurance, maintenance, and gas. If you're on a tighter budget or buying your first Subaru, the Impreza makes more sense. But if you've got room to spend and want a quieter, smoother, more grown-up experience, the Legacy's worth it. There's no bad choice here, just different priorities. If you're deciding between the Impreza and the Legacy, it really comes down to one question: how do you drive? If you're all about easy commutes, navigating tight streets, and keeping costs low, the Impreza makes a lot of sense. It's simple, dependable, and surprisingly capable when the weather turns bad. And with the newer RS trim, it's got just enough character to keep things interesting. But if your days include longer drives, more passengers, or just a need for space and smoothness, the Legacy's going to feel like a step up. The extra comfort, stronger engine options, and highway composure make it a better fit for the long haul. Both are safe, both come standard with all-wheel drive, and both are built with Subaru's usual mix of rugged practicality and low-key charm. So which one's better? Depends on what your days look like. Either way, you're getting a car that handles bad roads, bad weather, and busy lives without breaking the bank.